because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger at.
I never even cashed a check still. Have 100 million that I never even cashed before. I have a tax attorney that takes care of everything when everything is okay.
Floyd Mayweather, once valued at hundreds of millions, living in pure luxury, showing off private jets and expensive jewelry, is now staying out of sight, not from supporters or media attention, but after federal agents raided his Las Vegas home. His entire business world is facing heavy investigation.
Now I'm here to talk to the people about one of my jewelers. And it's not one of my new jewelers, one of my low-key jewelers, Tony, at Pasha in Manhattan Beach, California. You guys need to come check him out.
Behind the glamour and bold image, a serious crisis was slowly building. The talk of bankruptcy is no longer simple gossip. It is starting to look real. At the height of his success, Mayweather was more than a fighter. He had built a powerful brand with several mansions across the nation, garages filled with rare vehicles, closets stacked with costly jewelry, and even 2 private jets. This was not just money, it was complete control.
Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
The man who was once seen as the face of success is now struggling under the pressure of the empire he created. Court cases, tax troubles, and money rumors have taken over the headlines, and the foundation he built is starting to look unstable, as if it could fall apart at any moment. Even with the pressure rising around him, some people still defend his financial choices. Joe Rogan has openly supported him, describing him as smart when it comes to handling money and building a brand that goes far beyond boxing. Yet despite that praise, his financial decisions are being closely examined. The empire that once seemed untouchable is now showing real signs of weakness, with heavy spending, legal battles, and claims of unpaid taxes raising serious doubts. What was once praised as smart planning is now being questioned as risky behavior. In a recent talk, Joe Rogan also explained how Mayweather expanded his earnings outside the ring by creating different sources of income.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know, it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top Rank boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later, in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
Rogan highlighted Mayweather's moves into property deals, sponsorships, and exhibition fights as major parts of his plan to build wealth. He explained that Mayweather has been able to turn his image and fame into steady income, which helped protect his financial position. But with growing attention on his reported investments and spending habits, many are now questioning whether this strategy can last. Although his business skills are clear, the difference between smart risk-taking and stretching too far is becoming harder to see as events continue to unfold. The real condition of his finances remains heavily debated and widely speculated. Meanwhile, longtime rival Oscar De La Hoya recently went on social media to make fun of the situation. In a short clip, De La Hoya mocked Mayweather's claims about his fortune, hinting that his financial empire may not be as strong as he says.
He's a genius. He really
Rogan stressed that Mayweather's work in real estate endorsement deals and exhibition bouts played a major role in his overall strategy to grow his fortune. He explained that Mayweather mastered the art of turning his public image and worldwide fame into powerful income streams, which helped him stay financially strong for years. However, with recent attention on his reported investments and his pattern of heavy spending, more people are starting to question how stable this approach really is. While there is no doubt that Mayweather understands business, the gap between smart planning and pushing things too far is becoming less clear as the story continues to develop. The true condition of his finances remains the center of serious debate and ongoing speculation. At the same time, his longtime rival Oscar de la Hoya recently went online to poke fun at the situation. In a brief video, de la Hoya sarcastically challenged Mayweather's statements about his wealth, implying that the boxing icon's financial empire may not be as secure as he claims it is.
There's no points, right? Because it's an exhibition. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him, and he's doing it as an exhibition. It doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug of boxing. Just
also
like
money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the drug of getting Floyd still.
At that moment, it created the image of a man fully in charge, someone who had figured out how to win at the money game. Yet looking back now, it feels more like a cover than the full truth. The word sounded strong, but what happened afterward told a completely different story. What once came across as smart advice now seems almost ironic. In a final effort to protect his brand, Mayweather shifted toward international exhibition matches, focusing on selling the show rather than true competition.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
These events shifted from building a legacy to chasing quick money. Appearances in places like the UAE brought huge paydays, but also raised bigger questions. Is he staying active in the sport or just trying to stay afloat? Fans may cheer, but behind the scenes the pressure is intense. The image of Money Mayweather is becoming harder to keep. Even Joe Rogan, who once praised him as a genius for managing his wealth, couldn't have seen this coming. Exhibition bouts, social media stunts, and last-minute brand deals are not signs of control. They show a man struggling to hold onto a falling empire. As scrutiny grows, even top figures in boxing are speaking out. In a recent interview, well-known promoter Eddie Hearn openly questioned Mayweather's financial situation.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Hearn said, I don't think he has the money he claims. That's my view. He went on to explain how hard it is to keep up such a lavish lifestyle and suggested that Mayweather's ongoing exhibition fights could be driven by financial need. Comments like these from a respected insider give more weight to the debates about the real state of Mayweather's finances, and now even prominent voices outside the boxing world but highly respected in sports are speaking out. Stephen A. Smith, who is never shy with his opinions, made his position on Mayweather's situation very clear.
I'm getting a workout at the same time. Why not?
Right. No, I agree. I think it's amazing. I just love the fact that he's gamed the system.
Yeah.
Because the system is you get to a certain point in time, you're a champion, make as much money as you possibly can, you retire, and then there's no more money. And Floyd's like, let me just box some people that have zero chance.
Yeah.
And then now with what's going on in like Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, like you can get paid insane amounts of money. Like if you're Floyd, people just want to see you perform.
Definitely.
And he
Not just if you Floyd. You see Tyson Fury now went over there and
he's gonna fight in
bag.
Ghana. Yeah, that's happening in October. That is an interesting.
Smith was blunt. He said that if the bankruptcy rumors are true, it's not just disappointing, it's embarrassing. A man who called himself the greatest ever and earned over $1 billion from boxing, now caught in financial scandals. It's a story that shouldn't exist, yet here we are. His words highlight a bigger reality. This isn't only about Mayweather's legacy in the ring, it's about what remains outside of it. The quiet from Mayweather's team says a lot. But in boxing, silence never lasts long, and the voices speaking out are only growing louder. Then came Chael Sonnen, who doesn't mince the truth.
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set. You know, he was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
it's a lot of expenses.
Sonnen said it straight. Floyd didn't really make as much money as he claimed, and even worse, he still needs cash coming from someone who's been on both sides of the fight world. That statement hit hard. The mansions, the jets, the piles of cash on display. According to Chael, it was all part of the show behind the scenes. Floyd was just another fighter spending too much, trying too hard, and now overdrawn. Then came Bill Haney, who delivered a comment straight from the streets. This wasn't just criticism, it was mockery, and it came from someone who truly understands the game. The respect Floyd once had is being replaced by open laughter.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
Haney didn't hold back as he mocked Floyd's sudden exit from the spotlight. He asked why Mayweather was out in the streets, wondering if the undefeated fighter needed help or a handout. His words were sharp, sarcastic, and struck at Floyd's pride when a trainer like Bill Haney, who has seen boxing from both the corner and the business side, starts mocking the former king. It shows just how far the once mighty have fallen, and the illusion of wealth is now unraveling for everyone to see. What was once untouchable, Mayweather's real estate empire, is now being questioned. The flash was loud, but the facts remain quiet.
First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a fight. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete over Christian Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is.
So if you had to guess, what do you think's the most Floyd ever made in a fight?
Oh, I think that Floyd's, he's probably made about 60 million before in one night. But no, 100 million, 130 million. They just didn't have. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
Do you think he blew through all of his money?
I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about 100 million. People think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you, he didn't. No boxer's ever made 130 million in one night.
On Way Up with Angela Ye, the team reviewed a Business Insider report that questioned one of Mayweather's biggest claims, a $400 million real estate deal in New York City. Floyd had posted on Instagram saying he bought 62 apartment buildings in Manhattan alone with no partners, no help, and full control of retail space. But the investigation found no proof, no records of any sale, and no evidence the buildings ever changed hands. Just another flex from Floyd, and one that could be catching up to him. Mayweather said you can do the same, but if the story isn't even real, what are people supposed to follow? Increasingly, it seems the lifestyle Floyd promotes might not actually exist. Then came an update, bringing even more confusion. It appears Floyd was involved in the deal, but not as he claimed. According to Way Up with Angela Ye, he reportedly made a $42 million investment in part of the Black Spruce portfolio. That doesn't mean he owns 62 buildings outright, but it does suggest he holds a stake. share in a much larger portfolio alongside other investors.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
So when Floyd said they're all mine with no partners, that wasn't completely accurate. What he probably meant is that his share was funded by himself, not that he owned the entire project. And that's the issue in Floyd's world. Everything is amplified: the money, the ownership, the lifestyle, all louder than the fine print. But now the fine print is starting to catch up. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long been seen as one of the highest paid athletes ever. A reputation built not just on his undefeated record but on his unmatched talent for self-promotion and business. After retiring from professional boxing in 2017, he left a legacy of massive pay-per-view numbers, huge purses, and worldwide fame, yet retirement didn't slow him down, especially when it came to spending. Mayweather kept showing off a lavish lifestyle with multi-million-dollar real estate deals, exotic cars, and luxury jewelry.
Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand, as a real estate person myself, what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these buildings, and it's a larger, it's part of an investment that he did on his own.
Behind-the-scenes cracks were starting to show. One of the clearest signs came with reports that he owed more than $22 million to the IRS, a debt so large it is widely thought to be the main reason he returned to the ring for exhibition fights.